I mean, it's such a competitive space. So talking about hyper-personalization is, a really big buzzword right now in the space. Everyone likes to talk about it. Everyone likes to pretend that they're delivering it, but in reality, you kind of got to drill a little bit deeper and figure out what's actually taking place. When we think about hyper-personalization, we think about could your grandma be getting a different advice than your best friend's grandmother? That's hyper-personalization, as in like you're not just dealing with a certain core, you're dealing with a certain situation that's very bespoke. That's hard to scale, hard to do efficiently. And so what's fascinating us and fascinating me personally in the space is you're seeing all kinds of cool tech where you're really able to flip buttons and change things around and really make things hyper personal. And I mean, as a client or a prospect, I think that's fantastic because you're really not getting a story that's being told by 20 to 20 other people. You're being told a story that's told to you, but it's done efficiently. And that's where I think certain advisors can really set apart and really catapult growth. I mean, I hate to say it because advisors don't like to hear it, but steps that they really need to take are evaluate what you're doing. A mentor of mine who's been in the tech space for 40 years tells me if you're not looking at all your tech every 2 years, then you're falling behind at least. I'd like to see it more. I'd like to see people evaluate and see what's there. And I understand why they don't. It's very hard. It takes a lot of time. It takes away from core business that you're doing, serving your clients, doing what you're an expert at. But I look at it more as you're missing out on opportunities to do better and to serve your clients better if you're not making it part of your job to evaluate what technology you're using. And so I like to say as well that there's a lot of companies that say they can solve a problem, whatever that problem may be, if it's for financial planning, if it's for analytics, if it's for tax harvesting, whatever it may be. Look into the company, get some references, get people you trust and have their feedback. But if you can't decide, go get to know the company. Understand who they are, why they're doing what they're doing, what's their passion, what's their goals? Are they selling to a PE in 2 years and jacking up the prices like crazy? Or are they locking you down on a 5-year contract? Whatever. And you may be comfortable with all those things, but get the knowledge. Understand who they are, understand you can buy an Acura, it's a great car. I have friends who have drive Acuras. I drove an Acura, I didn't like it. I drove an Audi, I loved it. So it's all just about really figuring out which one that you like. I'd be remiss if I didn't say that Kwanti has been around 17 years. We were founded on the idea of customization. So when people say customize, I like to say, well, let me show you what we have and let me compare it to others because you can customize, basically absolutely everything in there for a user, for your client. And it'll look to your client like you've done this, you've created a software specific to them and you've spent weeks and weeks doing something when it's actually super easy and you set it up once and you're done for that client. There are plenty of tools out there who are really focusing on this. Where I see them struggling, and I applaud them and I hope they keep going, I really do. I see them struggling because the bones of the house wasn't built based on customization. It was built on scale, profitability, moving ahead quickly. And then now they have to figure out, well, this is a problem. We're not really able to customize these things very easily. So they're having to kind of go back down and redig some roots and rewrite code, and it's hard for them. And when they deliver it, it's not always great. But I really hope they keep going because that's what advisors want, and that's what their clients want as well.